everyday heroes.
Kindness by Texas teenagers lights up homeless man's eyes. See that fly-looking dude all smiles and rocking that very bright orange hoodie? His name is Eddie. Eddie's homeless and didn't get anything for Christmas, but these three kind Texas teens decided to change all that. Not long before that photo was taken on Friday, he was crying inside a Corpus, Texas Chick-fil-A while trying to throw enough change together for a meal. That's when teenager Ryan Cook and his friends, Joshua Mechell and Alberto Montiel, saw him. They decided to help him out and buy him a gift card for the restaurant. Then they extended their kindness even further and told Eddie to stay put. Not long after, they surprised him with gifts from a nearby Dick's store. They got him a jacket, shirts, hats, and a first aid kit. Ryan posted the video to Facebook over the weekend and has been viewed nearly over 9.6 million times. In a text accompanying the post, he said, "Just setting an example for everyone else. Be selfless and do good for others, then the world would be a better place for everyone." While these guys are awesome and kind to a homeless man, not everyone is. Keep watching for the hardships the homeless have to endure.
Bad cop fired for giving a homeless man a fecal sandwich. A Texas police officer has been fired for what he claims was a joke that simply spiraled out of control. The incident reportedly took place in May when San Antonio police officer Matthew Luckhurst was assigned to bike patrol. It wasn't clear why, but Luckhurst apparently told his colleagues that he picked up some dog poop, put it between some bread, then placed the fecal sandwich inside a styrofoam container, which he left next to a homeless man. Luckhurst was reportedly boasting about his culinary technique to other officers, who were disgusted, and reported it to the SAPD Internal Affairs Division. Unsurprisingly, Luckhurst was fired. But he is appealing his termination, with his lawyer saying Luckhurst's braggadocio regarding the excrement-filled finger food was simply a joke that he never actually carried out. Do you believe that?
Man caught on video punching woman at LA's Venice Beach. On September 25th, this surveillance camera caught this man sucker punching a woman unknown to him. The man was reportedly seen harassing a homeless man in Venice Beach around 7 p.m. The woman stepped in to defend the vagrant, telling the jerk to leave him alone. Clearly, this musclehead didn't like being told where to go and began stewing. Not long after, the two bumped into each other again at a store, and the shouting match continued out into the street, and then whammo! The young woman ate knuckles. Others who witnessed the assault tried to tackle the thug, but he eventually managed to fight them off, only to then flee the scene. Police have since identified him, but they have yet to make an arrest. Man arrested for spree of attacks on homeless. Police have arrested 36-year-old Anthony Alexander Paget for a series of attacks on homeless people in San Diego. He has been charged with murder and attempted murder. The spree began on Sunday, July 3rd. A man was seen on fire, running down train tracks near an interstate highway, while another man ran in another direction carrying a gas can. Later in the day, police found the badly burned remains of 53-year-old Angelo DiNardo. The next day, officers found two more victims. The first was 61-year-old Manuel Mason, another homeless man who suffered life-threatening injuries to his upper torso. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The other was 41-year-old Sean Longley, who bled from the upper torso and died. A fourth victim was found on Wednesday, July 6th. Authorities found a man ablaze on the ground across from the federal courthouse downtown. A burning towel was found on the victim, a 23-year-old man who was taken to a hospital and is expected to survive. The motives for the attacks are unknown. Paget said in interviews when he was arrested that he was not guilty. But according to reports, sources confirmed Paget was arrested in 2010 for setting a homeless man on fire.
Public raises $184,000 to help out homeless student. A homeless college student has been flooded with kindness from all over, with folks helping him find a job and a home before school starts in fall. Fred Barley, a homeless 19-year-old biology student at Gordon State College, was eager to register for fall term, so he decided to bike to campus, a 6-hour ride. Barley figured it would be okay to live in a tent until registration started, but was discovered by 2 police officers who decided to help him out by using their own money to put him up for 2 nights at a motel in Barnesville. Word got out, and Georgia native Casey Blaney decided to help as well by starting a GoFundMe page called Success for Fred. Plenty of folks who saw the page decided to chip in, and soon a staggering $184,000 was raised. Marley's good fortune didn't stop there. He was hired to work at a local pizzeria by store owner Deborah Abramson. He's also successfully registered for classes in fall. On top of the financial support, a new job, and having a place to stay before he moves into his dorm, Barley has also received a new mountain bike, a pair of running shoes, plus loads of school supplies. Overwhelmed by everyone's kindness, Barley posted his response to all the goodwill online.
I thank all of you guys so much. I love y'all, and I want to make all you guys proud. Hopefully when the day I graduate, all of y'all are there, and I'm like waving to the crowd of y'all. Thank you once again. I love you all. Goodbye.
U.S. Attorney's Office reopens police beating homeless man case. In August 2015, homeless man Terry Johnson was booked for resisting arrest. Johnson was sitting on a sidewalk in Orlando, Florida when he was confronted by police officer James Wilson, who was wearing a body cam. Johnson is somewhat inaudible on the video, but the gist of it was he wasn't cooperating. At one point, the officer threatens Johnson with a citation.
Sitting in the roadway. You for that?
Okay, so you're detaining me and you haven't...
You're absolutely right. Do you want me to write you a citation for it? You would like me to? You have a way of paying that citation?
Okay, if you were...
And then there's mention of how Johnson can't pay the fine because, like he's homeless. The argument gets heated and Johnson walks away. But Wilson follows.
I wish you would.
Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, that's so much pain.
That's when Wilson tackles him to the ground. And while the police video gets cut off, a passerby catches the fight on camera. Wilson and Johnson were both injured in the scuffle. The Citizens Police Review Board believes Johnson's rights were violated because Wilson didn't issue the proper arrest warnings. Now the U.S. Attorney's Office is set to review the case. Ultimately, Johnson was arrested and eventually found not guilty, while Wilson was only orally reprimanded. Probably because, he's a police officer.